So here I want to look at how you should actually apply products to get optimal results. Firstly, you need to identify what your foundation skin type actually is. Is your skin dry? Is it dehydrated? Is it oily, or is it sensitive? On top of that foundation skin type, you're going to have other concerns. It might be a spot, it might be a patch of eczema, and those sorts of things are the things we're going to talk about in later chapters. And it's also where you can go and visit a professional facialist to really help you understand how to treat your skin when there's lots more things going on in your personal combination of skin type. So the types of concerns I'm talking about, perhaps a breakout, puffiness, a wrinkle, perhaps pigmentation, and these are things that you can actually bring in certain products at certain times and only on those areas to treat them, but not to use on the whole of your skin. Other things that are going to affect your routine, of course, is perhaps having more time, less time, perhaps you slept in your makeup that night, perhaps you wore no makeup whatsoever, perhaps you didn't get a great night's sleep, perhaps you're just working really hard and really stressed that particular day. So the list goes on. There's lots of things that are going to affect what actual skincare routine is going to take place in the morning and in the evening. So I'm going to tell you how to unravel what your skin type is, and I'm going to talk about them in the order that you need to prioritise them. So the first one on the list I'm going to talk about is sensitivity. If you ignore sensitive skin and try to sort of go on to products that are going to give you X, Y and Z results, then you'll find that your skin won't be able to cope with it. It's a very fragile skin type when you have sensitivity there, so don't ignore it. Your sensitivity is quite a broad subject. It could be anything from a broken capillary, but it could be to the extreme of full-blown rosacea, a permanent reddening of the skin that can also turn into acne rosacea. Some, like my eldest daughter, who will actually have touch sensitivity rather than product sensitivity. And like myself, as a child, I suffered with asthma, and the medication I was on meant that I had a very reactive skin type at the time. So, just try and unravel what type of sensitivity you have so that you know how to go on to treat it. The next thing on the list is dry. Now, if you ignore a dry skin, dry skin means that your texture of your skin doesn't feel comfortable. It feels rough and actually will not absorb very well. It's not very receptive at all. So what you need to achieve on this skin type is to soften it. And when you soften dry skin, then your skin will absorb so much better. Dry skin can actually cause flaking of the skin. It can also cause a bit of a discoloration, making it look very chalky, and dead skin cells left there long enough will actually start to make the skin look very grey. So the complexion will look much, much duller. So preparing it, softening it, and exfoliating a little more often will actually improve that, so you get a great absorption. Next on the list is dehydrated, and I have to say that most skins will suffer with dehydration to some degree, but it is a skin type in itself and quite a dominating one. Dehydration is referring to that really tight, taut feeling on your skin. You'll also notice that there is some perhaps fine lines, something very visual about the skin, and for some I would describe it as almost like quite a glassy look to the skin, where it looks quite fragile as well. So it's a sort of erring on sensitivity and dehydration. Now, dehydration still applies to those that have oilier skin types, because often an oilier skin type will use products and ingredients that strip the skin, and that constant stripping of your natural oil makes the brain think, I'm dry, I'm going to send more oil down. And so what you end up with is an oily skin type with dehydrated underneath, and almost one of the most difficult skin types because it's the complete opposite ends of the scale to treat. So my top tip for oily skin types that are dehydrated: treat oil with oil. So applying oil to your skin regularly will balance out the oils and lessen oil as well as dehydration. It's important for me to note here that even when you're looking at products that are natural, organic or pure, that doesn't mean that they're not going to react on your skin. In actual fact, you'll find that these type of ingredients are so pure and so highly concentrated that it takes your skin a little time to get used to this purity and concentration on the skin. So less is more. Use a lot less of your product when considering to go down that route of very pure, organic or natural products. So whenever I talk about a skincare routine, I'll always use the word flexible. Be flexible in that routine. So what does it mean to be flexible in your routine? Well, it means knowing when to simplify and when to intensify things, so that you know when you can pull out your sort of magic tricks and when to do those, but equally when you're shorter time, you need to know what's really essential for your skin. Don't use the same steps every morning, every night. Change it up when you need to, because your lifestyle will affect that, as will other factors. I've seen many clients over the years use products religiously, and they'll say, I've used the same routine for 10 years and I've never used anything different, yet they're often coming to me saying that they have concerns about their skin. They're not really getting the results they're looking for, and it's because you need to change and evolve. When you get results, you need to hold on to them. You don't need to keep trying to get them. So your product should change. Likewise, I've met clients that will use a whole array of products. They're getting, falling for those next best things, and they've got such a massive cupboard full of products that they're either not using or combining the wrong combinations and creating some unusual effects on their skin. So for some people, they may have quite low expectations of what skincare products do, but that's what this course is all about, is to show you if you choose the right products, the right ingredients that are suitable for your skin needs, you'll get some great results, and you're in control of giving your skin a great